Greetings, my most excellent friends and fiends, and welcome to D&D Surprise Party. Yeah, I know, we disappeared again last week. Sorry about that. We missed you. Hope you missed us. We're glad to see you. But we are actually on a little bit of a crunch tonight. We have to unfortunately have a shorter than normal stream tonight due to some technical and scheduling situations. So we're going to get into things pretty quickly. So before we do anything else, I would just like to thank our sponsors for this season once again, D&D Beyond, where you can pre-order the two new books that are coming out for D&D this fall. The first, where did my notes go? The first, of course, is the Feywild book, which is the summer adventure. It is The Wild Beyond the Witchlight. And this weekend, you'll be able to get all the lowdown on the details of this Feywild adventure, the first Feywild adventure set for 5e. And of course, there will also be another book coming out in November that's going to be from Magic the Gathering, Strixhaven, which is a college of magic. That will also be featured on D&D Live this coming weekend on G4. And there's also apparently a third book that has not been identified that they'll be having a deep dive on Friday. So there's that to look forward to. So you can go ahead and pre-order both of those books right now in the D&D Beyond Marketplace. And when you do, you will be eligible for digital dice that are themed to each book, as well as some wonderful cosmetic enhancements for your character sheets. And as they get closer to the book's releases, you will get more details about the dice and the decorations. So thank you once again, D&D Beyond, for sponsoring Surprise Party again this season. And of course, our other wonderful sponsor is Neverending. If you need character art and you can't generally afford to hire an artist, or you're not able to do it yourself, consider Be Neverending. Check them out on Twitter at Be Neverending and also beneverending.com. And you can check out how you can take advantage of their amazing deal right now, which will get you a year's premium content for only $9. That's 9. Although, for the remainder of July, if you sign up right now, you will have access to everything for free. That's right. You can try everything out for free. So go check out Neverending, and you will be able to use all sorts of things to set up your characters. They're always adding things. They're adding new hairstyles, new beards, new armors and clothing and boots and capes and everything. They've also recently added animal companions. So there's all that. So Neverending, thanks very much for sponsoring D&D Surprise Party again this season. Okay, we're going to forego any other announcements. We'll save anything else for our wrap up tonight. So also, ladies and gentlemen watching at home and other thems, we have to let you know that this is our penultimate episode tonight. So we have only this and one more episode to play. So we're going to really try to squeeze in everything that we possibly can. So last week, and I'm very sorry because I forgot to inform our wonderful audience that the chosen for last week was in fact Daizira. So she gets immunity this week. So let's see who is going to be our chosen tonight. And Trav, I need you to roll that beautiful D6, please.
1. Hopefully the last one I roll this evening.
Curiouser and curiouser.
Who had that in the pool?
I believe that was Bob Bob.
And
You
gold to
actually
Bob.
picked curiouser and curiouser?
Yep.
Not quite.
Curious.
Curious.
Nice. Very nice.
I knew you were going to say curious at some point.
Alrighty then. Well, congratulations. You get admiration and that's it. Alrighty then. So, yes, I have our chosen one. So now let's see where we left off. Our intrepid band of delvers finally made their way to the Ravensfjord Dungeon. They had to get by a rather perturbed frost giant skeleton, but they managed to beat him down fairly quickly. And climbing over the giant carcass, they made their way up the harrowing stairway to the entry arch into the dungeon that would normally appear in the northern part of Firth in Ravensfjord. This is the dungeon that pops up every 6 months, and this is the dungeon that Sothis is most familiar with. And this was where they were told to try to go to, as this might be their best chance for getting back to Firth. And they entered the room, and almost immediately Sothis noticed that there were some differences in the dungeon's appearance. Most notably was the ceiling was illuminated by a phosphorescent fungus, which had not been there previously. Also noticed that the walls seemed to have almost earthen veins or vines that were coming up from the floor, seeming to reshape the walls. And as they've gone through several of the rooms and quarters, they're finding it to be pretty much that the whole way through, that this changing feature that has been suspected for quite some time. They seem to have found their proof that there are changes that take place in these dungeons when they are back in the Wrathlands. So they made their way into a room, making note of several of Southis's most recent markings in his trademark orange ink. Although some of them have been partially covered or moved, as pertaining to the changes in the walls and the floors. They managed to find their way to a room that contained a statue of a blue dragon, as well as an orange X on the floor, which Southis left as a reminder that one of his previous party members had been stricken by an ice dagger at that spot. When Dizera went into the room to check things out, she discovered writing had been scrawled on the wall opposite the dragon, which read, "The blue dragon is not a dragon." And Sothis determined that the handwriting is from another of the Ravensfjord delving teams, and it's the handwriting of an individual called Ignis, who is not exactly held in Salthus's esteem, shall we say? I believe he called him a hack. In any event, they were starting to check the room out when they heard some muffled voices or noises coming from the wall, coming from the door in the direction that they need to go to get down to the second floor. And that's where we left our party. So, Delvers, what's your next move?
Do we all hear it?
Yes.
Didn't the dragon come alive or something?
No.
No?
No, the writing just said the dragon is not a dragon.
But I also thought that until I looked at my notes.
No, we heard the noises to the south, and that was it.
I will uncollapse my arm blade just in case it's not already. And say, we should stand at the ready.
Is the blade glowing?
Is it?
No, the blade is not glowing. And and Demetra is not having her taste buds messed with at all.
It is fine over here.
Am I standing within 30 feet of the dragon statue?
Well, considering that the dragon well, let me see. It's the room itself is only about 30 feet deep from that door that you're in, so it's just about 30 feet away from you. If you have not yet entered the room, if you're in the doorway, you're about 30 feet away from it.
Okay, I will go just inside of the doorway.
I
Okay.
was gonna say I'm standing near the dragon
And the-
statue.
Yeah, I'm just gonna detect magic,
Okay.
and hopefully that radius catches the dragon.
Okay. You are not detecting any magic coming from the dragon or anything that is within the room.
Okay. And I believe that lasts for... I forgot.
10 minutes concentration.
Yep, 10 minutes.
I will, if no one else is walking forward, I will walk in the direction of the door, see if I can get a very careful angle. So, like, try to hug the wall a little bit so that if it in any way possible, I'll see something before it sees me.
I was gonna say Diazira was gonna try to stealth over and see if she could get a better idea of what's going on.
Squeaks is gonna climb the dragon. See if there's a switch on the ear or something.
No.
Why not?
Okay, let me see.
Just because it ain't magical doesn't mean it ain't mechanical.
Yeah, we haven't even touched it yet. I'm just scared something will happen if we touch it.
I'm gonna climb the dragon.
Got to find out.
But yeah, go ahead. Like, I'm not saying no in character.
Is
Okay.
the door that we're talking about, is that locked or is it just closed?
We don't know. It's on the other side of the room.
Okay, so nobody's got near the door yet.
Yeah,
So
Diazir and I
that's
are
what
heading
we
over
were
there.
talking about doing.
There's a doorway that's up to that's a little bit further up on the north and off to the side on the east wall, the same wall that the dragon statue is on. The other door from where the noises were emanating from is going off to the west.
Is it open?
No, none of the other doors in this room are opened at this moment. All right, so Squeaks, I need you to give me an investigation.
Yeah. It's fine. Ooh, 9.
Okay. All right, you don't see anything up on the top. Give me a dex check, please.
Ooh. Oof. It's fine. Is it an effect I can see? Because if it is, I have advantage. 'Cause of danger sense.
Well, just it's nothing like that. So just go ahead and give me a. So what did you roll?
I've got 7 total.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. As you're up on the top of the head, you can't find anything. And you go to get down and you lose your footing. And you reach and you grab onto the mouth and you're hanging there. And you notice something gleaming inside the mouth.
I'm gonna get it.
Okay. You reach your hand in and there's like a lever. It's attached. It's like a metal lever.
1 second. Let me check something real quick. Right. I'm actually going to grab. I'm just going to use my axe. I'm going to actually grab my axe and stick that in the mouth and pull the lever because I'd rather not have the mouth clamped down on my paw.
Okay. As you do that, immediately behind the dragon, a door opens.
Secret tunnel.
I was just about to sing
I
it.
was thinking it.
Hey guys, I did a thing. I don't know what I did. Why is there a
Maybe-
lever in the mouth?
Maybe not yell with the strange noises.
Why is there a lever in the mouth?
A lever in the mouth. Is
A
that what
lever in the
opened
mouth.
the door?
I mean,
I
you
think
could
it'll-
you could also ask, why do dungeons pop up out of the sand every now and then?
Yeah, well, that's normal.
Oh. No.
Is,
I'll just walk across the room.
I'm gonna get down if I can. Hey, can someone catch me?
I'm gonna.
I'll catch
Celine's,
you.
investigation discovered anything about the sounds yet?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, whoever's checking out down there, give me an investigation roll.
If you want, you can add my +6. Dizera.
Okie dokie. Oh, geez, I'm gonna need it. You said +6?
Yeah.
So I'm at a 12 for my investigation.
Okay.
That was a nice 3 I rolled there. That was so nice.
Big oof.
We're not rolling so hot, are we, huh?
Yeah.
The noises that you're hearing are a little muffled. Seems to be coming a little bit further down. It's almost like there might be something blocking whatever might be causing the noise. It's like there's an extra layer almost between you and whatever's making the sound. You can't tell if it's growling or if it's voices.
So are the noises coming from the new door or coming from an existing door?
Coming from an existing door. Is that where you were going? You were checking out the noises behind the door.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah, I was checking
Yeah.
out the noises,
These
but
are
I'm also curious about the new door too.
Coming, the noises are coming from the door on the western wall that we need to go through to go to the second floor, correct?
Yes.
Hey, Selphus, did you ever pull this lever before?
Did we?
You did not have that listed in your notes. That was something that you apparently missed.
I cannot say I've ever seen that lever before, actually. I don't think
You
anyone's
guys
ever
need to find more
checked.
statues.
I'll go
Not
pick up
incorrect.
squeaks from the statue so that you can come down safely.
Probably a good idea.
Okay. pretty much all of you, if you want to go check it out, can fit behind the
Yes.
statue into that doorway.
Yeah.
And almost immediately, you see a large chest.
I'll make way for Diazira to step forward to look at it because she's our traps.
Danos, are you
woman.
looking in the room too? In through the doorway?
Yeah, I was just sauntering across the room, and I mean, I guess if I'm there, I'll just, look around the corner.
Okay, because as
What's
you
that?
peek in, you look at the chest, and you see that there's a little bit of a muted glow.
Is it blue? Or what
Well,
is it?
You can't tell what it is because it's in the chest. You
Detect
just-
magic.
Oh, it's detect. Oh, okay, I went a completely different direction with that.
Yeah, no, it's not. No, it's not a blue feathery type thing.
Okay, got it. Dizira, just so you know, whatever's in there is magical. I don't know if that's good or bad. Best of
I'll
luck.
make way for the traps and lockpick person.
Yeah. So, let's see how this goes.
I believe in you.
While
It is-
Daizira is doing that, I'm keeping a watch on that door with the that we were hearing the voices from or whatever.
I also believe in you. Here, take some bardic inspiration.
Yay.
Okay, so there is a very strong looking lock on this thing.
Perhaps some guidance would also be helpful.
All right.
I could smack it.
So, first I'm going to check it for traps.
Okay,
I can't remember what I need to roll for that. Investigation.
investigation, and you get advantage because of the delving feat.
Oh, that's better. 21.
It is not trapped.
Okay. Phew. All right. She goes, well, this does not appear to be trapped, which makes things convenient. Now to get at this lock. So now what do I need to unlock it?
A dex roll plus your modifiers from having the thieves tool. So you get your proficiency modifier from thieves tools.
Hmm. Isn't there a way to roll your thieves tools? I guess not.
Not that I know of.
There isn't. It's
All
just
right.
a dexterity check with proficiency.
And proficiency is what, 1 or 2?
What is your
Two.
proficiency?
Oh, buh.
Yeah. Should be 2. at
You
level
also
4.
have a d6 if you want to use your bardic inspiration.
Yeah.
You didn't use it on the last roll, right?
No, I didn't. So,
You didn't use your did you use your guidance though?
I didn't use either on my last roll.
Okay.
That was advantage alone. Cool.
So that's a 12 plus guidance is what?
d4.
Sorry. So that's a 16, and then bardic inspiration is
d6.
a d6. We'll use it.
Don't worry. I'll save you the bardic inspiration.
Oh, okay.
I'll be kind.
Nice.
You hear after working your tools around and squinting and gritting to try to feel just the right thing, because you're still a little distracted by wondering what's behind that other door, and you hear finally click. And I don't mean Agamemnon's click.
I was going to say, sounds oddly familiar.
Thought there was going to be a real big twist here.
And the lock flange pops up.
So she takes the lock off, gives it one more just cursory look, and then pushes the top of the chest open.
And this is quite a full chest.
Ooh.
Na-na-na-na.
Somebody might want to start writing some stuff down.
Got my pen.
I know it's pencil.
2,000 copper,
Yeah.
800 silver,
Mm-hmm.
and quite a few nice shiny gems. A carnelian,
Mm-hmm.
a chalcedony, Chalcedony. I have never heard of that.
Oh, I wrote it correctly.
Just suddenly.
2 citrines,
Mm-hmm.
a jasper,
Mm-hmm.
a sardonyx.
Mm-hmm.
There are also 4 potions. 4 bottles are within. 2 are ambered color.
Mm-hmm.
2 seem to be a swirling mix of blue and purple. And it is these which are glowing.
You better be sharing that.
Are they glowing for Danos?
They're glowing for Danos. I'm just pointing that out to him. I do apologize.
Okay, so the amber colored liquid isn't glowing.
No, the amber colored liquid is, and so is the purple and blue swirly.
Oh, okay.
The amber liquid looks very familiar. They're probably healing potions of some sort.
All right.
Wow, that's quite a find, Squeaks.
Find anything good in there?
Plenty.
There's quite a bit in here, and she like a lot of copper. I don't know about these potions though. Are these the things that were glowing? And she kind of holds them up.
Boo. Yes, they are glowing.
It's kind of like holding up those light bulbs.
Yeah. Yeah,
All right,
those.
follow the potions with just your eyes.
Oh, those 2 are definitely magical. Was it just the 2 potions?
No,
Four.
they're-
Or wasn't it?
They're 4.
Ah,
4
4 potions. Yeah, those
2
potions.
amber colored liquids that are most likely healing potions, and 2 swirling mixes of blue and purple.
That are a mystery.
Mystery potion.
I'm not drinking that.
Secret potion. Secret potion.
Oh, no, but-
I could drink it. I'm immune to being poisoned.
Southis, aren't you able to, do your little, woogity woo and see what it is?
Woogity woo.
Yeah, you heard me.
I think you killed the DM.
Can't you just, woo and see what it is?
Janice, you realize you also do the woo, right?
My woo comes from a different place. It's totally different woo.
Good night, everybody.
Well, that's woo of a different color.
Ah.
No, because I don't have a pearl.
Oh. Well, this is awkward. Let me see if I can do anything.
Chug.
Last time I did
would
that, it didn't go
Try an
well.
Arcana check to sort of waft the.
Yeah,
scent, see
I
if
was
know
gonna
it
say,
that
like,
way.
do we recognize like the arcane casters up here, up in the air, or
Anybody
the
have
divine ones?
As
Or
I-
the alchemists?
it
As
would
I
help.
said, the healing, the amber are more than likely healing potions. You've each seen enough of them to have an idea of what they look like. Like if you pop the top off of one of them, they have a honeyed smell, so they're more than likely healing potion, but it's just unknown how
Potent.
they are.
Okay.
Oh, it's mending mead.
And the other ones.
Ain't it all though?
I
Well,
would like to check out the
Potions
swirling
of
blue and
poison.
purple.
Yeah.
Arcana check, possibly.
Alrighty, let me see here. All right, yeah, go ahead, give me an Arcana check, and I will look.
I
something
will add
up
my
quickly.
+6 to that.
Good. That makes it a 16.
Hopefully this means that whenever we actually fight something, we'll be just fine.
Saving all the good rolls for later.
Yeah, totally.
Hopefully, this means I'll get the exploding flump.
Mama Strange says it's more old rum.
Yes.
So far, we found old rum, mending mead, and this
Whatever
sugary
that
girl
is.
drink.
Okay.
It's
As
hypnotic.
you take it in your hand to study it, you see that the swirling actually calms down a little bit.
That's
And
good or not.
you see that it's now like seeming to separate into layers of gray and silver and brown, and it seems to resemble almost bands of stone.
Parfait, then.
Isn't a
Got
potion of stone
layers.
giant strength resembling stone?
And silver and stone. May very well be. Does the other one do the same thing?
Yes.
Gray and silver and stone.
Only when Salthus holds it, or also if I do?
If anybody actually holds it in their hand, it seems to settle down from the
Settles
swirliness.
Interesting.
Interesting.
This
It
looks
just
like
occurred to me how silly Squeaks would look holding it.
this look like anything that any of us have seen before, or did we not roll high enough to?
On a 16?
Oh, okay, yeah. What did you roll on your Arcana checks?
We did
I
it together.
totaled a 16
Yeah.
with
Total
Strix's
16?
help. Yeah.
From what you've been able to discern between, especially with the new color scheme, you're pretty sure these just might be potions of climbing.
Potions of climbing.
But I already did the climbing.
And you did
Certainly did.
exceptionally, Squeaks.
It's not like spider climbing. It's just
Mhm.
climbing. It makes you able to, gives you advantage basically on climbing checks.
Your
And you
climbing
can-
speed becomes your walking speed.
Yep.
And you have advantage on checks.
Nice.
Interesting.
Well, that's exciting. Shall we go through the big scary door now?
I think we
Yeah.
should. Quietly, if possible.
I'm ready to fight.
All right, so there is a hallway that goes down from this chest.
There.
Oh, behind the
okay.
chest?
Yes.
Oh, lovely.
Interesting that no one would have found it before. Seeing as the hallway on your map leads here too.
It could be new. I can't think that any of us in my group ever looked into the dragon's mouth, which seems like a failure on our part now that I think about it.
Maybe the switch wasn't there before.
That is possible. Where on the map does it look like this is going to connect?
It looks like it connects up to that square room. The square room that has that's immediately over this room. Do you see it on your map?
I do.
There's a long thin corridor.
Right.
That corridor that kind of like L shapes off.
Yes, this is now connected to
Mhm.
Ah.
this room.
Okay.
So this is basically a different
A
way
shortcut.
to get to that one room.
Perhaps we should keep heading in the direction we planned. We can always take a look at this on the way back.
We can. This would be a long alternative route around that room with the noise, though. Just to let you know. Bit more winding. Several more rooms.
Yeah,
I
so
am
how much
neutral on
time
the
do we
matter.
have?
Well, 20 days, we guessed, right?
Approximately.
Just about.
Or we could simply see what's going to make that noise.
Yeah, I know our bunny friend is itchy for a fight. I would hate to deprive our bunny friend of a fight.
I'm curious to see what's here between cycles myself, I must admit.
Let's go find out what's behind that door.
It can never hurt to clear out the monsters first, and perhaps turn around second.
Yeah. Let's go check door number 2.
Ooh,
All
a
right.
noisy door.
So
I'll open the door so that like Squeaks and our other fighters can walk through first. So that like I'll open it but like step aside so that if there's anything there, they have like a free path.
Okay.
Maybe I should have checked for traps.
Too late
All
now.
right. So you're
It's
opening.
fine.
You're opening the door to the
Yeah.
west. Yes.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
My existential crisis is making my systems faulty.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Well, this is an unlocked iron door.
That is trapped.
Well, did you open? You said you just opened it and went right in.
Yes, and then I said maybe I should have checked it for traps.
Okay.
Too late now.
Yes. So all of a sudden,
just to
the
be
room
clear,
you
when
open
she,
the door and
I was
Nothing.
gonna say,
big empty
so,
room.
Yeah, so when she pushes the door open, you see Diazira go, "Wait, don't!"
And there's, as soon as you get in, there's a horrible smell.
My apologies. I don't
Why are
know
you
what came
apologizing?
over
Was
me.
that you?
No, I opened a door without checking it first.
Oh.
Unwise, but
Beltis,
Exactly.
this will probably be the only time I say this, but that was hilarious.
Oh, was that a joke at my expense?
It was.
sorry.
I thought you were making a joke at your expense, so I guess.
I do try
Oh.
to allow myself one humorous interlude about every 2 months, so that was it.
I am so honored that I was here to experience it.
All right, Southus, you're looking at your notes and you see that your the last time that you were here, you had tangled with a few hobgoblins.
Does this smell like several months worth of hobgoblin decay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will look in the room and see if I am seeing that.
Yeah,
Sword
you
still
see
not
the-
glowing?
You see pretty much the remnants of the components, so to speak, that go into forming the hobgoblins.
Yes.
You see the mold and smell the moldering, fetid swamp material, as well as like just puddles of mud.
I don't like that.
Going through this with his nose plugged.
And of course, you see like an odd like helmet and old rusty sword and everything, and one or two spears.
In case you've never experienced it, this is what approximately 4 months of decomposition of a hobgoblin looks like.
I just realized. I'm sorry. Strix wouldn't get the joke because she doesn't breathe, so she wouldn't have smelled it. So that's.
Still not, yeah.
She
Wouldn't have even
get
noticed it.
Joke
Yeah.
grenade!
Sorry.
Boom!
Continue.
Whoosh.
Went like straight over her shining head.
Yeah, this smells like literal death. So if we could get out of this room as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Do we see any other doors?
The map's correct. There are 2. One of them is an arch, not a door.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Well, I've always found great luck in going through the path of least resistance.
That would be the door to the southwest, the arch, actually.
Yeah.
which
So
that
once
may
we-
be weird. Are we still hearing muffled voices?
I was just about to ask, like, once we're inside, like, what is the sound? Like, is the sound getting louder, or can we investigate to hear if we can determine what it is that we're hearing?
You're definitely you're hearing it a little bit louder now. It's like, again, but for some reason it sounds almost like you can't quite discern between growling and voices. It sounds almost like a mixture, but it's still kind of muffled.
Right.
We allow a scout to go ahead, someone quieter.
Yeah,
All right,
that'd
so
be.
down in the door to the bottom, on the bottom is an archway.
That's the way we need to go in most direct route.
Yeah, Darzira, you wanna go do your sneaky sneak thing and see
And
if
then
you
there's
hear
the-
anything.
And then there's the
Should be a
And-
door immediately to our right as we enter the room.
yes, a door that goes up to the north, and which apparently leads to a corridor.
Anything particularly noticeable here before we move on?
Death,
I can
death, death, death,
say
death.
one thing.
I'm not bothered by it, so I'm just looking around. I was like, what? Oh, right, smell.
You know,
That's-
Strix, I've never envied you until this moment.
Diazira has like pulled her shirt up over her face.
I will prestidigitation a pleasant smell around all of us. Or what I think is a
Finding the
pleasant
decay
smell.
easier to deal with.
It'll
you.
probably be like freshly refined oil or something.
You've invented Febreze.
Yeah,
But,
but
like,
oil.
It's canon.
But like mechanics for
It's
Febreze.
cannon oil, in fact.
Yeah, like
Oh.
the flavor of the Febreze was like the
It's
inside
like
of
the
a
gnomish
mechanic.
variant. Yeah, this is the
Yeah.
gnomish variant of Febreze.
Okay.
Mineral spirits, how lovely.
Would
I
you like
mean,
me to
so-
change it?
I prefer this to the death.
So, do you want to go through the archway or to the door to the north?
To the archway, but I previously asked if there's anything particular in this room that we...
Nothing
Nope.
other than the death. Everything still pretty much looks the same as Sothis figured.
I was gonna say Diazira is basically just taking Salthus's directions, so
Onward.
There's nothing else in here. Anything would have been taken by Sothis's party when they were in here. Sothis, just to give you the final on that, you all that you were able to find were barely 15 draconians.
All right.
So we allow Celine to, Dizera to sneak forward and see what she hears.
Through the archway.
I suggest we follow at a 20-foot distance so we are never too far away to
Agreed.
come to your aid.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna be
alright.
pretty darn close to. I'm gonna be pretty darn close as Daisier's back as like backup.
So
Uh,
wait, what
quiet,
we're
kinda.
discussing completely negates the benefits of letting us scout
yeah,
forward.
like if you're gonna
Well,
let
20
me,
feet is almost the whole room.
Yeah. That's that's not really what I was referencing. It was more
no, it's the bunny being right behind me.
Yeah. that's-
Okay, so this room is pretty much the same size as the other room that you were just in. You as you go in through the archway, Daizira, you notice that to the north is a strong wooden door that's barely ajar. To the west, there is a wooden door. And then on the south, there are two doorways that you can see according to the map that you have. Yes, viewers, I apologize. The players do in fact have a map of this, as Sothis has been through this dungeon before. This is his home dungeon, so to speak. So he does have a map of the first two levels, at least, of this dungeon.
So if there's nothing immediately in the room that looks like a threat,
Well, on this to the south, you see what looks like a strong wooden door. That's a little bit further down this wall that you're currently near, because you came in through the archway that's on the bottom of this room. There is also another wooden door, and between the two doors there is a mirror.
Seen the mirror before?
Yes, you have. In fact, this mirror annoyed you the last time you were here.
Why?
Because it spoke to you.
Just me, or
Oh, it spoke to all of you. It spoke to anybody that asked a question, but it only answered yes or no.
One question.
Truthfully,
That you don't know.
Well, you can test that.
so there's nothing else in the room, right?
No, and you also see as you come into the room, that is the correct room. Wait.
Yeah, that's where we're at.
Yes. So as you enter the room and look around it, you notice that on the east wall, the same wall that you just came from, someone has scrawled "Run away" in big, friendly red letters. Yes, it is the same handwriting as the other wall.
Who would take the time to write this?
Just thinking the same thing.
Goodness. Apparently.
Isn't it just terribly useful, the things he leaves for us?
Selthus, do you share that about the mirror with us, or do you just like think that to yourself, like, annoying mirror?
Well, once we're kind of in the room, and where's the sound coming from this time? Do we feel like we're getting closer?
It's still a little bit off.
Like to the west?
Everybody give me a perception check.
First roll. Ooh.
I do plan to answer your question, but I'm making sure of something.
18.
14.
10.
Okay.
16.
Okay. For anybody that rolled over a 12, you think you hear the sounds coming from the next room over through the door that's in the bottom on the west wall.
On the west wall. Okay.
Right. In other words, continuing along the way you need to go to get to the stairway.
Okay. The western door. Okay.
Yes, you're hearing. That's where it seems to be coming from a little bit more clearly. But again, it's still this bizarre mixture of growling and quite not sure what the voices are saying, but it sounds kind of like a cross of growling and speech.
Right. Pointing to the north door, Salthus will say, that connects to the same corridor.
To give you a better idea of what it might sound like,
west.
it sounds kind of like the Tasmanian devil trying to talk.
Knowles?
That
Well, I don't love that language.
is it a language?
Communicating.
Speaking of communication, that mirror. Ask it whatever you want. It will answer yes or no. We have yet to prove its truthfulness.
Have you asked control questions?
That is what we did not have time to do the last time we were in here.
I walk over to the mirror. Am I the prettiest furbolg in existence? and await my answer.
Daizira literally just like,
Come on, you don't need no mirror to tell you that. I could have told you that.
You
Yes.
hear crickets.
Like literal crickets. Love it, love it.
How could it have answered yes or no to that in a way that you would know is true?
I just heard ask it a question. That was all I heard.
And every question we ever asked it, it answered yes or no. This is the first time we've gotten crickets.
I
Oh,
would
that was
ask,
the mirror? I
That
thought there
was
were
the
actual
mirror.
crickets in here.
I would ask the control questions, but I cannot actually confirm that my name is what I think it is, so I suggest someone else.
I'm gonna march up to the mirror and say, "What color is my natural fur?"
Yes or no questions, Squeaks.
All right, shoot.
Well, at this point, we got crickets for an answer. The yes or no may not be a rule.
Perhaps.
What does it say? I mean, Squeaks asked the question. How does it respond?
Nothing. There is silence.
May have to.
My bad.
I will ask then. Is Squeaks's natural fur color brown? Crickets again. Interesting.
Does that mean no?
Last time it was verbally yes or no.
I suppose that's a question aimed at the mirror as well.
Give me a history check with advantage.
I also asked the mirror, does that mean no?
All right, well, that's just a
15
haircut.
and a 15, so a
Whoa.
21.
You seem to remember that the questions you were asking were some of the ones that seemed to get the answers, as opposed to silence or anything else, seemed to pertain to the dungeon.
Damn it.
Oh, that's right. We were asking it questions not about ourselves, but about this place.
Are there noises coming from the next room?
Yes.
Do I recognize the voice?
No.
Are the noises coming from the next room created by a living creature?
Yes.
Great. If it's living, it can be killed.
Are there more than 3 living creatures in the next room?
No.
Are those living creatures hostile towards visitors such as us?
Yes.
Is
there
Ignis
any
still in
other-
this dungeon?
Interesting.
What was that?
Is Ignis still in this dungeon? Alive or dead?
No.
Are there any other visitors in this dungeon other than this party?
No.
Well then.
Yes.
Daizira walks up to the mirror and says, "Will this dungeon reappear on Firth when it disappears?"
Yes.
That's good news. I lean over to
We leave this dungeon.
I lean over to Demetra now that I'm kind of like back away from the mirror now. Well, everybody's asking it questions, and I say, "You know what this tells me is that this mirror cannot compute the gravity of my attractiveness. Is really what this means."
What was the question that Demetra asked just now?
I said, will we be able to leave this dungeon?
No answer.
Prediction of the future.
Are there any living creatures in this dungeon that are not hostile to us?
It doesn't say anything.
On this floor?
Are there creatures that are not hostile to you?
Yeah,
On
on
this
this
floor?
level.
No.
Okay, so it doesn't want to answer about the whole thing, but it wants to answer about the levels. God damn it.
That's so incredibly unhelpful. I have more questions than answers now.
Are there any other furbolgs in the dungeon right now?
No.
There you are. You are the most attractive furbolg in the dungeon.
Is the mirror magical, or do I recognize some form of like way its response is coded?
I would say at this point, Danos, your detect magic vision is just barely beginning to fade. And you do see that this has a very basic enchantment spell upon it. So it is emanating magic.
Right. Yeah, so this is a magic mirror. I don't know what its function is, but I do know it's magical. Looks like some enchantment. Woogity woo.
I will. This is
That's an official term.
twofold question. This is a twofold question because I'm checking A, the language, and B, the response. I'm going to ask a question in servitor binary code, which will probably be a whole lot of beeps and words. But I want to ask it if it knows who or what created this dungeon.
And you're asking that in servitor code?
Yes.
Which means no.
Oh, okay.
It did respond back to you in that same language.
Interesting.
Hold on. I don't think we ever tried different languages.
That was binary code. I asked it if it knows what or who created the dungeon. It said no.
Interesting. Right, well,
Dwarvish.
Ew.
I can ask it in common, draconic, dwarvish, gnomish, and binary code, if necessary. Should I try out different languages? I can. Just coming up with the questions. Okay.
Is there a limit to how many questions we can ask this before it stops answering?
No. Okay.
Just want to
I'll
make
ask,
sure we're asking
yeah.
all these questions and we might have come across something that was really important and he's like, nope, sorry. Out of
I'll
question.
ask in draconic, are you answering our questions about the dungeon truthfully?
Brosh. Which means yes.
Okay.
inside check.
Inside check.
I'm kidding. I don't understand Draconic. I don't know what just happened.
I will
It says
ask
it
in
is answering.
Celestial,
Honestly.
are there more than 3 floors to this dungeon?
And it answers in Celestial. Yes.
Big dungeon.
Oh, I have a terrible idea.
I'm going to ask it in Dwarvish. Are you a puzzle for us to figure out?
No.
Okay.
Or rather, no.
With the accent, even. Everyone, if you would, take a couple steps back. I'm going to do something I think is probably a terrible idea.
Yeah, all right.
This isn't one of those hold my ale ideas, is it?
I don't drink ale. I prefer harder liquors than that, but yes.
Okay. Well, I was trying to not say hold my drink, but okay.
If you are planning
Gotta
on
take
touching
steps
it,
back.
I am far.
I'm not planning on touching it. I am
Okay.
planning on doing something potentially far worse.
I'm backing up like right up against the door that the growling is coming from.
I am
Like my back is
standing.
against it.
That is super close to this.
Yeah.
Oh, is it really?
That is super close to this. Yeah. Do you
You're within like
do you see the
10
noise
feet
lines
of that door.
Yeah.
and where the mirror is?
Got it. Yeah.
You see that?
Nope. Opposite wall.
There you go. The door we came in would be the one you want. All right. I'm going to salt. You all right?
Yeah. I got tangled up. Continue.
Ow. Sulfus will stand directly in front of the mirror, about 5 feet back. Not crazy. And he will ask in what he thinks is the correct pronunciation, because he is asking in that language in a broken way. Are the speakers of this language in this dungeon right now? None of you know what language he's speaking right
Nope.
now, because even he doesn't. But
We didn't hear you.
that was muted.
Well, he said no, but I think you're muted, Dragon.
Am I?
No, it
No,
was
you're
just too
not.
quiet for the mic to pick
That's
up.
weird. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Nothing terrible. Nothing more terrible than that happened. That's fine.
Did it answer in like common, or did it answer in the same language that Trav asked?
It sounded like a very dark, guttural thing. In fact, oh dear. It cracked.
Yep.
Are all our reflections that from the beginning of this that we see of ourselves accurate too?
Yes, they were.
Okay. Does that
Were.
change?
There is now a huge crack in it.
Yes.
I
So-
believe this is the first time that Danos has been able to see that the hat now fits his head.
Well, a little better.
Yeah.
A little
So-
better.
So once the mirror cracks, Diazira goes, yeah, so I'm all for science. But I don't know if this is science I want to keep poking at. No, this is not science I want to keep poking at.
I want to touch it so bad.
Fair enough.
I'm not gonna.
Okay.
Shall we
Well-
go kill whatever's in the next room now?
Yes.
All right. So, we at that point we are going to take our very brief break, because friends and fiends, as I had said at the beginning of the evening, we are actually on a little bit of a tight schedule tonight. So we're going to take a very quick 5-minute break or so, and we shall be right back to pick up with going into the other room. See you on the other side. back, friends and fiends. So, when last we were just in this room here, they found this magical mirror and started asking it all sorts of questions. And then Southus asked it a question in a very strange, guttural language, which it responded to in the same language, and then it broke. In fact, Southus, I need you to make a Constitution save, please.
I wondered if some shit like that was about to happen.
Oh no.
Does a 22 work for you?
Yes, it does. You get a very acidy, biley taste in your mouth after you speak those words. And you start to feel like a pain going through your whole body, and then it subsides.
Are you all right, Selphus?
I am. I always had a feeling that would sound like that and feel like that to say.
Have you spoken the language before?
No. Not more than a syllable, just testing the taste of it, as it were. And it always struck me as the taste of chewing glass. Kind of feels that way now that I think about it.
Strix, who's never tasted or chewed anything before, is trying her very hardest to look empathizing. It's like, yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, sounds terrible.
For the record, I think if you ever hear anything saying that to you, probably have a weapon ready. There are no good words in that language that we've found.
Right.
At all.
Oh. Ominous.
On that note, and I'll walk towards the door.
Do you think, one last thought, it might be a language of power rather than a language of speaking? Like runes hold power instead of language, per se, in magic.
It is useful in constructing communication, but it's everything we've found about it has been anguish, pain, misery, horror, and oddly bragging, it seems.
Interesting.
Hard to say. I do not think it is analogous to runes in the way you mean. Although I admittedly have never seen, well, I've hardly heard it spoken, but I've certainly never seen it break a mirror.
Well, Danos has
Hopefully.
been miming a run for 2 minutes now. Perhaps we should follow.
I have
Hopefully the
been
dungeon
slowly
reset will
walking.
fix that.
Yeah, I was gonna say Diazira and Danos are over like
Can
by
we-
the
can-
door,
can-
like
Can we open it? Can we do it?
checking it
I
out.
am
It's
drawing
like
my
when
wand.
somebody's like trying to ease themselves awkwardly out of a conversation, like
Right, yep, I'll see. Yeah, good talking.
I might suggest Sister Demetra and Squeaks be prepared to charge through the door, because we already know whatever's on the other side is hostile.
Heck yeah,
I concur.
I draw my battle axe.
I'm ready.
I fix my hat. Oh, I've
Very
got.
rakish.
Are your fingers okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Demetra, is this door locked?
Is it locked?
Sorry,
No.
You both have D names. Dizera, whoever I'm standing next to.
Dalby.
It is not
You
locked.
turned to me, and then I looked to Diazira, and I'm like, is it locked?
Now you know Dustin and Devonfield with all the V names.
Yeah.
That door is not locked.
She just kind of shakes her head and gestures. Go ahead.
And then
Yeah.
I turned to Danos, and I'm like, it's not locked.
Thank you. Demetra, you are an invaluable asset. And I guess I'll turn the door handle and push it open.
Squeaks is charging in.
Okay.
And you run into this room and you see two rather large creatures that seem to resemble lions, but they have bat-like wings and long tails that have spikes on the end of it.
Oh.
And as they turn their faces towards the sounds coming into the room, you see that their faces are not lion-like, but they're actually human-like. And I need you to roll some initiative.
I don't suppose we can talk about this.
Somehow I doubt
She's
that.
already charging in.
I say in character, because I do mean it.
10.
19.
Ooh, what dice?
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
Ooh.
17.
19.
Okay, let me just hold on a second here. Okay. Dizera,
21.
Southus,
10.
Demetra,
19.
Danos.
22.
Wow. Squeaks
17.
and Strix.
19 with a dex of 4.
Okay.
The music on my headphones switched to such calming music just now.
Okay.
Nope.
And okay, Dennis, let me have your hit points, please.
Oh, that's not a good question. I have 24.
Oh no, I need this for the I'm using this for the combat travel card.
Oh.
It hasn't gotten to the point. They haven't gotten to the point yet where it saves everybody's hit points. So for each encounter, I need to re-enter them.
Got it. 24.
Okay. Dizera,
31.
Demetra,
26.
I thought you were asking me like a power word kill kind of question. Oh God.
how many? No, that would no. I
101,
would.
that's how many.
That would have been. How many hit points did you have?
Yeah.
Strix.
31.
31. Squeaks.
30.
Southus.
24.
Did Demetra also have a 19?
Yes. What is your
Plus 4.
dexterity?
Mine's
You-
plus 2.
Okay. All right. All right. So we are at 22. Danos.
I would like to invoke duplicity. And I would like to, let's see, illusion appears within 30 feet of you. So as far as I can get it from me into the room, I'm around like my back is against the wall, and then the door is like, right next to me. I would
Okay.
like to.
Are you on the east wall or the south wall?
I believe it's the south wall.
Okay.
Yes.
So
I
you're on
remember
the
the
wall where the door was.
Yes.
Okay.
Just next to the door. And I would like to
Okay.
just kind of peer around and just duplicity.
Okay,
So
you
30
do
feet into
see-
the room.
Okay, you do see down at the other end of this wall, along
Okay.
the same line that you are, you see that there is an arch that leads into another corridor.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe not 30 feet. It is like the center of the room.
Okay.
And I want it to start trying to get their attention. Just woohoo! Scary lions! It's me, I look so tasty. And then it'll do a little dance. That is my bonus action.
Okay.
For my action, after it has done this, I would like to cast a guiding bolt at one of them from my illusion.
Okay. Let me have A or B. Which one?
Whichever one is closest to my illusion. Let's say B.
Okay, they're both pretty much the same space away.
B.
Okay. What did you roll?
Oh.
Wait, don't actually speak Gnomish.
Oh.
I'm assuming a 14 doesn't hit.
Actually, it does.
Oh, does it now? Right.
Big boys.
Roll that damage. That's going to be 18 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
And the next attack against it has advantage.
It rears up as your mystical blue energy pierces it in its front shoulder, and it rears up and its wings arch, and you see the tail come over its head like this.
And my illusion will just go. And
Question:
taunt
Did you
it.
make the? Did you make the? I'm going to give this to you. Did you make it look like that the duplicate was casting that?
Yeah. I said. Through,
Okay, I just
through my
wanted to double-
illusion.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. Okay.
100%.
Okay.
Do we know what these are?
These are Manticores. Anything else, Danos?
No, I'm going. Danos, the real Danos, is going to remain exactly where he is.
Okay.
Yes.
On 21, Daizira.
Like you said, the next attack against it gets advantage.
Yes.
Sweet. So
I did this for you.
she's gonna pull out her short bow and she's gonna shoot at it with
Okay.
advantage.
Meaning with sneak attack.
Holy crap! And I rolled 2 5s. 2 5s.
What does that add up to?
11.
Unfortunately, wait. You still have.
I do still have a D6. Let's see what happens. So
It
how about
lasts for
16?
10 minutes.
He's gonna let me use it. Shush.
That's why I'm saying it would just be about now.
So 16.
You hit.
Okay.
I am a kind and merciful DM.
Thank you.
All right. So I do 5 damage with my short bow,
Okay.
5 piercing, and then sneak attack does another 3. So 8.
Okay, so that's a grand total of
8 piercing damage.
okay. And it rears up again and it's not looking very happy right now. Okay, anything else that you're doing?
I'm gonna make sure that I'm like out of the. So there's 2 of them, right?
Yeah.
I'm far enough away. Like I'm not gonna give any sort of flanking. I'm just gonna make sure I'm out of the way so that everybody else can get there.
Okay. Yeah, there isn't any place to really get any kind of cover, with the exception of over by where they are. In back of them, there's like rubble. That's
I'm
about
not.
it.
Yeah, I'm not worried about cover. I'm just worried about staying out of the way.
Okay. And that's it. Okay.
Dragon,
Yes.
in an effort to be totally honest, I read my character sheet again, and it definitely says that invoke duplicity is an action.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and take that radiant damage back. Because I shouldn't have been able to do that.
Well, that would also throw off her advantage.
Well, she rolled 2 5s.
Right, but that would also throw off. Her
I can,
sneak
but
attack
I
then.
can, but I
will
can.
keep. I'll keep it.
I was gonna
I'll-
say, but
I'll
I
keep
can. I can aim. I can steady aim and not move. I mean, it's fine either way.
Don't worry about it. But thank you.
Sorry.
Okay. So next up, Strix on 19.
Yes. I am assuming I can see Squeaks.
Yes.
Could be real dumb about this. Do I have your consent to cast a buff spell on you? To
Sure.
Squeaks. I'll cast Enlarge. I'll tap the crystal. I've never done this before because this is a newly learned spell. I'll tap the crystal that I have on my chest. I'll think
Over
for
the
a second.
compartment.
Over the chest compartment, yes. And I will kind of make an enlarging motion, like I'm kind of zooming in on a touch screen, focusing in on Squeaks. And as that happens, as I move my fingers outwards, Squeaks too becomes a size category larger, which means his size is doubled in all dimensions, and his weight is multiplied by 8. So you become a medium-sized creature. You have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your weapon grows to match the size, so all your attacks do an extra d4 damage.
So now there's a big bunny in the room.
Well,
If it doubles my dimensions and I'm 2 feet
Yes.
tall, I am now 4 feet tall. I'm
Yes.
smaller.
You
than all
are
the
a
other guys.
medium-sized creature, though.
You're technically a medium-sized creature.
Yep.
Yep. So you're a 4-foot tall bunny. You're one of those New Zealand bunnies.
Norwegian giant lop.
There you go.
And I will give Demetra Bardic Inspiration by pointing out
Okay.
the tail spikes that look especially dangerous, so should watch out for those.
Okay, and will that be it?
I don't know where I am right now. I assume close to the mirror. So I am going to actually take a few steps forward. I'm going to stay along the south wall, but I am going to place myself in visual range as a potential target.
Okay. All righty.
Gonna do what tanks do, which is draw attention.
All
That's it.
righty then. Okay. Demetra, also on 19.
All right. So she sees that these creatures kind of look like lions at the very beginning. So she gets a little aggressive because other lions in the room. And for her bonus action, she's going to do Daunting Roar. And that is a bonus action that creatures of my choice within 10 feet can hear must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or become frightened of you until the end of the next turn.
Okay. All right. So what do they have to roll?
Looks like a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. That ain't gonna do it. What do they have to make?
Let's see. It's against my wisdom.
You should have a DC listed.
Oh,
there.
DC 12.
Okay, so one did not make it. And the other definitely did not make it.
Yes.
So they are in complete abject fear. And they run out a door at the top of this room through an archway to get the hell away from you.
I had my axe in hand, like I was about to go for him, and I'm all like,
Do they run on their turn or do they run now?
They would run on their turn, yes.
okay, so they're still frightened of me.
Yep.
Okay, so I'm going to. How far apart are they from each other?
They're about maybe like 4 or 5 feet apart. They're not that. There's not that much room in here for these two rather largest creatures.
Yeah. Okay.
They definitely can't fly in here. There's not enough height for flight, but they got big ass wings.
I'm gonna swing at them with my battle axe.
Okay. Are you going to hit at the one that's got the arrow sticking out of it, or and that's already been messed up, or the other one that hasn't been touched yet?
I'll go for the other one.
Okay.
See. Why is this not working? What do I roll for a hit dice?
Okay. On the character sheet where you see your actions.
Yes, I see that. What actual dice? Because my electronic dice are not working tonight for some reason. I have real dice. I just didn't have
D20.
Okay, the D20 to
D20?
hit. D20 to hit.
Okay. So that's a 17.
17. Okay, that hits.
All right. Then I have so that would be a 6 slashing damage.
Okay, is that including your strength modifier?
Yes.
Okay.
I rolled a 2. 2 plus 4.
Okay. Okay, so you took a little bit of a chunk out of it. Is there anything else you want to do? Any smiting or anything else?
No, they look pretty scared, so I'm gonna hang back. Because I already used my bonus action. I don't think I can smite too, right?
No, you can, as long as you have a bonus action and a well, it depends. If you just want to use it as one of the you can use one of your spell slots.
My spell slots. Okay.
To add to it.
Yeah. Okay, then let's do that. I didn't think I could do both. So okay. That one I'm going to Divine Smite. That would be a 2d8 radiant damage.
Okay.
3 and 6. So that would be 9.
Another 9. Okay. All right, and it winces in pain, and the look of terror on its face actually increases. And you notice too that when you made that roar, the first thing that happened was their tails lowered.
That's what I thought.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. Big Bunny.
All right. Pro gamer move. I'm gonna move. If they're close enough, I'm going to try and move so that I'm within 5 feet of both of them. So like almost in between them. And then I'm gonna go into a rage.
All righty, let's see here.
Oh, that's not the right roll for what I wanted. Ooh. I rolled an 8, which is the bolt of light.
Ah, yes. A bolt of light shoots out from your chest. Another creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed on a Constitution saving throw or take 1d6 radiant damage and be blinded until the start of your next turn. Until your age ends, you can use this effect again on each of your turns as a bonus action. So you see Squeaks go into his rage on a bigger scale now. And you see the typical blue crackling energy around him. And you see this, all of a sudden, a glow form on his chest, and a burst of light blasts into the face of one of the Manticores. And you see its eyes just kind of like glaze over. And it's just looking around in even more of a panic now. Which one did you want to hit with that? A or B? B is the one that is most damaged right now.
A then.
Okay. All right. So that's entering your rage. So now what you want to do?
I'm gonna swing at B.
Okay.
I swing my axe. I got a nat 1.
Okay, so you kind of surprised yourself, and some of the light shone back in your face, and it threw your aim off.
Wait, do you still have inspiration? From like 2 sessions ago?
No, I believe he used that last time.
Yeah.
He used the last time he rolled a natural 1. He used it last time, and got instead a 19, I believe. All right. Is there anything else that you want to try to do, Squeaks?
Nope.
Okay.
Nothing more I can do.
All right. So the next on 10, Southus.
Sothis has his hand touching the diamond in the pouch, but this time you see a radiant red glow starting to form around the wand, which he points at Manticore B and fires a fire chromatic orb at it from the wand.
Ah, that's right, because that's the
Wand of the War Mage.
War Mage. That's right. So, what does that do again to it?
It adds a +2 to my 2 hit.
Well, it certainly helped, because with that 23, you definitely hit.
Yep. So it takes 18 points of fire damage.
Okay. And this, it's the hair, the mane starts burning away. The hair on the front of it is all singed up. And it's looking even more terrified, if it's such a possible thing. I mean, these things are pretty ugly to begin with, but when they're like have masks of horror on their face, they look even more hideous somehow. Anything else that you want to do?
Nothing else?
Okay. So on 6, the Manticores are going to try to get out of that room as best as they can. The first one is going to try to get through the doorway.
All the opportunity attacks.
And it does not.
Wait, I can take
it
an
runs
attack
into the
opportunity.
door. It runs into the wall.
All the opportunity attacks.
Yes, indeed.
I can take an attack of opportunity. I'm within 5 feet of both of them.
Yes. As well as Demetra can also take an attack of opportunity.
And if I manage to hit it, the creature speed becomes 0 for the rest of the turn because I have Sentinel.
Nice. All right, so what'd you get?
Ooh, much better. I got an 18.
That hits.
Alrighty. And I'm throwing in the D4 from the enlarged. Like my damage goes up at D4. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. I got 10 damage.
Okay.
and its speed becomes
Nice.
0 for the rest of its turn. So I stopped it.
Okay. Well, actually, it stopped by running into the wall, but because this was the blind one. Okay. So, Dimitri, do you want to take an attack of
What
opportunity?
does that mean? You
I
have
do.
advantage if it's blinded?
Huh?
Do you have advantage against blinded creatures?
Yes.
Yes, but in that case, it didn't matter. But
Just for the crit.
yeah.
I'm only asking for the crit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Because
go ahead.
frightened should also give you advantage, Dimitri,
Not a
right?
crit.
Okay.
What would give me advantage?
Well, the
Frightened
being
for me.
frightened of it would give you advantage on your to hit with the target with the attack of opportunity.
Okay. So it's a good thing because 15.
That hits.
All right. Then 8 slashing damage.
Okay, and this thing is really hurt, and it actually can't get out the door now because the other one is in the way. Because it crashed in the wall and is blocking the archway, and it can't see where it's going. So Manticore B. Let's see. Wow. I got a 2 instead of a 20. It was like this close to a 20 to get to make it to make it an attack against Squeaks, but it's still affected by the fear of Dimitri being so close too. So it failed that. So that's it. They're done. So we're back at the top. Danos, you've got these 2 jumbo scared critters trying to get out of this room. One is blinded.
All right. I would like to send my illusion over to the blinded one as my bonus action. Can
Okay.
it get there?
Yes, easily.
All right. And then on the blinded one, I would like to cast. Let me see if I prepared it. I believe I did. Yes, I did. I would like to cast Inflict Wounds
Okay.
on the Manticore.
Okay, you have advantage since it is blinded.
All right. Right. Please be a crit. Please. It's not a crit, but I'm pretty sure 25 hits.
Yeah.
If it didn't, I would be very worried. All right. Here comes the damage. That is a disappointingly low roll. On 3d10, it takes 5 necrotic damage.
Oh no.
Wow.
I hate everything. Yeah, that's my bonus, my action. I guess my movement, yeah. The real Danos will come just barely into the room. And just...
Okay. All right. And that's it?
Yeah, that's
okay. Dizera.
Sweet. I'm going to fire at the one that is blinded so that I get advantage.
Okay.
So 25 hits, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So 7 piercing damage with my
Did you roll the second d20 for advantage?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 10 piercing damage.
Okay. Okay, and it lets out a scream of pain. And it's panicking even more. The claws are scratching at the walls because this thing can't see or move at the moment. It can't get any purchase between the rabbit making like sentry on it and the fact that it's blind and the fact that it's terrified at the moment. Anything else you want to do?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Strix on 19.
That's me. They're not too far away from me, are they?
Not really, no. You can easily close. You can easily close with them.
Mm-hmm. So we got one that's blinded. We got one that's frightened and also running away.
Right. The thing is, the one that is not blinded would be between you and the blinded one. The only reason that the duplicate could really reach the blinded one was because it's immaterial and can pass through the other one.
Mm-hmm. And I cannot place myself in such a way that I would be flanking.
Not really, no.
Sag. Okay. Then I will just. Can I get them both in a thunder wave? That's a 15-foot block from me. 15-foot cube.
Yes. Are you able to shape that so that it only attacks?
I can like twist it. Like it's a cube, and you can put it basically on any end or any point from you, as long as it points away from.
All right, because I'm just trying to figure out if it would also affect either Squeaks or Demetra, because they were in melee combat with them.
I can like blast it into a wall.
Okay.
Half of it, but it would also make a very loud noise now that I'm reading it, so I'm reconsidering that decision, because that might not be the best thing, letting things know for sure that we're here. I'm just gonna stab it in the butt.
Stab it in the butt.
Stab it in the butt. Come on, baby.
Butt stabbers.
Butt stab. That is a natural 20.
Boom! All right, what's your rapier do?
Well, 1d8 plus 4, so.
Okay, so that automatically
8.
does a d8, so it automatically does 8 points. So
8 plus 4, so 12 plus 4 is 16.
Okay.
Magical piercing.
And that was on the blinded one, right?
No, on the other one, because I can't reach the blinded one.
Right, the other one. Okay, so you did 16?
Yeah. I stab it.
As you go to stab it, it actually had reared away and tried to move, and it moved into your blade, and you sunk it deep in its flesh, and it lets out one final roar and collapses to the floor. And it's dead.
Just wipe the blood off of my blade.
Okay. Alrighty. So, anything else you wish to do?
I was just happy that I got a kill and I'm saving my bardic inspirations because I don't get that many more of them.
Okay. Alrighty then. So, Demetra, you've got you were in between them, so you're kind of able to hit the blind one barely. Especially
no one's
with your
hurt, right?
Hmm?
Sorry. No one's hurt, right?
No.
Nope.
Okay. Never mind. Yeah.
So I tell me my position again.
You can with your battle axe, you can reach it. You have the reach with the battle axe that you're able to hit the blind one from the way you were positioned between them.
All right. So I'm going to try to hit him with my battle axe, or hit her or him.
Okay.
And oh god, I rolled a 1.
Yeah. I was gonna say you have inspiration, but that's not gonna help with the one.
If it's blind, you've got advantage, right?
Oh, that's right.
That's right.
This is the blind one, so you do have advantage. Yes, thank you.
Thank god. Okay, well, okay, much better. Whew. Okay, so I rolled a 17 plus 6. That would be a 23.
And that will hit.
Thank you, Trav. I was like, no. All right, and for damage, we have 10 slashing damage.
Do you wish to add anything to it?
No, I can't.
Okay. All right, it is still up. Anything else that you want to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
Was it the top of Demetra's next turn that they stop being frightened?
Yeah, they're frightened until the end of my next turn.
Gotcha,
So
gotcha.
now
Right,
he's not
yeah.
frightened.
It's
Okay.
not frightened, no, but he's still freaked out because he's blind.
Still blind
Yeah.
though.
It's still bad.
Yeah.
And now the blindness. Let me see. Let me see.
It ends at the start of my turn.
So which
The
is
start of your
now.
turn?
So
at the
its
start.
vision. It's starting to see now.
Bonus action, I repeat the thing. That's to make a Constitution saving throw. You don't get away that easily.
Tell me if a cutting words would help if it succeeds.
What did it need to roll?
13.
Roll to 13.
Damn it, it's cutting words. That's my question.
Is that a
Cutting words.
thing?
Yes, as a reaction, you can
Subtract
use
a
it.
d6, so it fails.
So it fails.
Okay. Even if it loses even just 1 point,
Yeah, 4.
okay, it's
Okay.
off.
All right, it
So-
also takes 1d6 radiant damage.
Right. So roll that d6.
Well, once I find All right,
Gonna to distract it,
5.
Okay,
chunk
another 5
the
points
other
of damage.
corpse into it and be like, no, you don't. No.
Okay. So this thing is blind again. Is there anything now what? That was your
my
bonus action.
action.
That was your bonus action.
Now I hit it. Ah. Ooh. Okay, I think I hit. That's a 16 plus 7, so that's a 20.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Oh, wait, I gave it. Hang on. All right. Just wanted to make sure I didn't crit. Okay. Damage time. Ah. Another die for dice jail. Hang on. Nine points of damage.
9.
Nice.
Okay. This thing is barely up. It's like dragging one paw. The poor bugger is blind again. You see one wing seems to be like broken almost from all the attacks and everything. Is there anything else you want to do? Okay. On 10, Salthus.
Looks like it's on its last legs, huh?
Literally.
Yeah, let's try and add some injury to that. Literally. I again raise the wand, and this time he's casting a spell, and the voice of it, just hearing it kind of makes your ears feel fuzzy way deep in, just nasty sounding. And a beam of green light lances forth and probably hits with a 13.
I'm sorry,
Just
just
misses. All right. Just scrapes over it and hits the wall and does nothing.
Isn't it blind again?
It is blind.
It is
Thank
blinded
you.
again. Yes, so advantage. There you
So
go.
23.
That hits.
He manages to correct the beam back down into it, which is a ray of sickness. Thank you for the reminder. Doing it 8 points of necrotic, poison damage. And it must save versus DC 14 on a Constitution or be poisoned.
Well, you see, it's struck by the beam, and it gurgles. And you see green foam issue forth from its maw as it's now blinded once more eyes. Well, you can't really tell that they roll up in its head, but it collapses to the floor, dead.
Seeing that, Salthus will put up his left hand, and tendrils of black and red issue forth from its nose, from its mouth, from various places, drawn towards his hand, which he then snaps shut. When he opens his palm, it's gone. Grim Harvest.
Uh-huh.
Did they get a single attack off?
And Grim
No.
Harvest does.
Grim Harvest would heal me if I was injured. I'm not actually, but it would heal me 2 points per level or 3 if I used a necromancy spell in killing something.
Okay. All right. Well, you have defeated these 2 Manticores. Now that things are calming down, Southwest, you realize there were no Manticores in this room previously. Previously in this room was a small band of goblins. And now you notice that these things were chomping down on the remnants of those goblinoid bodies, which, much like the hobgoblins in the previous room, were broken down to little more than swamp matter and mud and bone. So there wasn't exactly any too much nourishment to get from these. So when they saw you come in, they said, "Ooh, we got good eats coming." Little did they know.
I feel bad for them now.
How long does the enlargement last?
A minute.
Oh, so I'm probably shrinking.
Yes. You can do a couple things like to enjoy it if you want.
All right. Does anybody want to check out the room?
I do.
While people are checking out the room, I know that there are things off of Manticore that can be harvested. I am casting the ritual cast of harvesting hands.
Okay.
Investigation?
Yes, investigation, Strix.
Ooh, okay. 21.
All righty.
I have a 19.
Oh, a bunch of 15s today.
While they're doing that, Thanos is just gonna slump down next to the door and attempt to take a short rest.
That would be an hour of time.
Yeah, I don't know how long they're gonna take. I'm gonna try.
Okay. Well, Salthus has already told you that about what happened in the room previously. Yes? What was in here? So anything that might have been taken, we're pretty much gone through.
Mm-hmm.
So there is no treasure. The Manticores themselves didn't really have anything on them.
A pocket.
They didn't get a chance to set up a lair at this point.
I'm gonna peek through the archway, and something that looks at the top like bars. Are those bars? The
Okay, well, hold on. Just give me just 1
Store?
second, because first I want to just deal with the harvesting quick. Let me get my book. Yes. And by the way, friends and fiends, the book that I am referencing is Hammond's Harvesting Handbook, which is available from the DM's Guild. It is by Drifter's Game Workshop. There are currently 3 books in that series that give tables and ideas and spells and items for harvesting bits and pieces of various critters and how they might be used in the manufacture of various alchemical solutions and even into weapons and other magical items, or into armor or weapons or anything like that. So by all means, go and check it out, because I have all 3 of them and they're pretty cool things. In fact, book 3, which I just got recently, has harvesting subclasses for the different classes for specializing in. So that's something rather interesting. So you might want to check those out. So that's Hammond's Harvesting Handbook, volume 1 through 3 on the DM's Guild. Because, hey, you should always give credit where credit is due. Let me see. Okay. Um. Alrighty. You're using the harvesting hands. All right. So you remind me again what that does exactly. How that helps.
It automatically succeeds on the ability check to harvest.
Okay. So you are from each Manticore. Are you going to ritual twice? Once for each one?
I am. Yeah.
Okay. You manage to let me see here. Yeah, you managed to pull 2 pouches worth of the teeth. The teeth, even though the face looks human, the teeth are most decidedly not. So they are they're actually favored by warriors and gladiators, actually, because fashioned into particular type of jewelry, they can add a little bit of esteem to any warrior's decor. And so you're able to pull 2 small pouches for them, and you figure you could sell them to somebody for about like a draconian each for each pouch. They're not really that much, but every little bit, you know. You're able to get the tails of both of them. Yes, with no problem. They're fine. The tails are fine. Of all the natural weapons that a manticore possesses, its tail is probably its most feared. Many mountain expeditions have ended with its members impaled by dozens of razor sharp spikes. And you know that you know of at least one weaponsmith that can turn these into whips. And you can probably get about 10 draconians each for the tails. You're only able to procure 1 set of wings. The other wings were pretty much badly damaged. So by the time you got to them, but you're able to get you're able to get 1 set in, and this is very good that you got one of them, because you can sell this to any artificer just about, and it'll nail this. A pair of wings will nail you about 40 draconians, as it can be used to fashion into a cloak for gliding.
Nice. Well, that's 20 minutes of my time.
So I guess you could go ahead and get, and if anybody else wants to take a short rest during that time, you can do that.
Danos is just panting. Just
Demetra's gonna take a short rest.
Okay. Alrighty. So you
He's
got
the 2 of them going for a short rest and decides to join them.
I don't need one, so I'm gonna have a careful look around, like not triggering, not touching anything, but just looking through the archways, looking through next steps.
Okay. Let me see here.
So I think we're actually pretty even for which door to pick here. Both lead through one other room and then through a corridor to our entrance to level 2, so we could pick either the top or the bottom way, depending on risk assessment.
Okay. Oh, and also each of you get 233 experience points. Okay. All right. So you have the archway. I'll say the hour goes by. You have the archway. There's an archway to the top. There's an up on the top of the room that the Manticores are trying to get out through. There's also an archway down on the south wall. Either way would lead to the stairs to level 2. It just depends on which door, which route you would want to take.
Currently deciding between either this way or this way.
What
Does Selphus remember?
What was in those rooms the last time?
In the in the 6-sided room, there were like a couple of goblins that were in there. In that smaller room off of the top archway, there had been a water weird that was in that particular room. There is an idol in the center of the room, though, that looked like that you didn't get to really look into all that much the last time. So up in there, there's an idol that seems to be in the shape of a cloud, like a cloudy individual, like an anthropomorphic cloud.
You know, I would actually like to hear the opinion of the two religious folk, and actually all of you. There's a statue in that room that of a entity I'm not aware of. Last time I checked, there was a small annoying water elemental in there, but the other room had goblins. It's rather larger, but there weren't many in there. They shared the same fate as the ones we left dead on the floor here.
I say we go check out this idol.
If there's any form of pattern, we might suspect the idol opening up a secret tunnel.
I was just about to say
over here.
That.
Possibly.
I agree with
What Southis is describing, does that sound familiar to me religiously?
Give me a religion check.
Certainly. Come on, be good. Be good.
1. It's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
It's not good. It's a 7.
Oh, a cloudy individual. Never heard of it.
Right. That doesn't ring any bells.
Can I roll?
Sure.
$16.
You think it might be something that has to do with maybe you seem to recall something about an idol in different places used to contact the elementals, of which you do have some experience with.
Okay. I relay that information to Selphus.
Makes sense. Can you take a look?
Oh, yes. Elementals, of course.
All right, so
I guess rain, perhaps.
All right, you're able to get into the room with no problem. You go through the archway. There is a door leading to the north out of this small room, and there is another archway in the other corner to the north that leads to a hallway that will bring you eventually to the stairs.
And statue, presumably, and hopefully no water weird.
Yes, you see that there is, where there was like a small fountain that the water weird had come out of, it is bone dry and the fountain is actually cracked.
Can I look at it with my archaeologist background to see if I figure out anything else about the totem? Or is there anything else to figure out about it?
At the cloud.
About the idol?
Oh dear, wait a minute. Have I been looking at the wrong one?
You can correctly ascertain its original purpose and determine its builders.
Yeah, that described the room we were looking at on the map, at least.
Oh, was I looking at the wrong one? Wait a minute.
Spoilers.
Okay, for some reason I have lost this room. Well, you know what, friends and fiends, it is 10 after 9. We do need to get going early tonight, unfortunately. So we will leave it at that. We will leave you in the room with this idol. I will make heads or tails of it and fix it up. But you are in this room with this idol, and you, as you enter, Dimitri, you notice your own gem beginning to glow.
Just about to ask about that.
You notice that it starts glowing and pulsing a light blue. And that's where we're going to leave off. And we will be back next week with our season finale. So, friends and fiends, again, I apologize for the abbreviated episode tonight. But that just leaves more fun for next week's finale. So please give your kindest attentions to our wonderful players as we go around the table, and they can tell you where you can find them and what they're up to. And we're going to start with wait, I almost forgot. I forgot last week. I will not forget this week now. Tonight's chosen would have been Denos.
Yeah.
And
That means you can never be hit with a surprise die again.
well, not next week.
Well, yeah, okay. In this campaign.
Well, that's very true, because next week will be the final chosen.
That means I'm safe for the finale. Ha ha ha
That
ha ha.
Yes, that means you're safe.
Unless
So,
Dragon decides to change his mind.
I mean, he makes the rules, so it's entirely possible.
would I do something like that? Click.
Giving them ideas.
At any rate, okay. So now, please give our wonderful players your kind attention. We're going to start with Celine.
Hello. Sorry, I'm doing the things. So there's our socials. By the way, it's twitter.com. I don't know why that extra O is still there. You can find me .com. You can find me tomorrow at 8:00 over on the GR crew playing Titan's Grave, which should be fun. You'll find me on my own channel, streaming my stuff, like Survival Saturday this weekend, which probably means more raft. Finally got to paint the raft. That's exciting. Other than that, I'm just kind of lurking around on the interwebs. You'll find me. I'm here.
Okay. Thank you. And Traveler Falanda.
For the record, this is the scariest character I play. I'm only scarier when I'm DMing, which
Mood.
might be opening soon.
Ah, cool.
Keep an eye out. If I'm doing that, you'll find out where I am most overly online over at Twitter at TWFarland. It is .com, not .com, no matter what Streamlabs is telling us in the chat right now, because that sounds far dirtier than it ought to, but it would actually be in character. So that's me.
All righty then. Hello, Lydia.
Hello. You can find me on Twitter, Lydia_Gaz, and here on Wednesday night. I should say night, one left.
Okay. And next we go to Big B.
Oh, hello there. I am Bigby's Hand. You can find me on Twitter at Bigby's Hand. You can also find me on Twitch at Bigby's_hand. I believe the next stream we have coming up is Survival Saturday with the lovely Celine, where she drives me absolutely out of my mind trying to paint this entire raft. And I attempt to stay sane. Also, you can find me on Utharian Legends every other Sunday playing the lovable Dragonborn Barbarian Sobus. I believe it's not this Sunday, it's the Sunday after that.
Yes.
That is our next episode. On
Because you just had one
Tiefling-
on Sunday, didn't you?
Yes. You can find that on Chaotic Tiefling ATL. You can also find me bouncing around all kinds of Rock Punch stuff as I am now employed by Rock Punch ATL.
Yee.
And that's me.
That's you. And of course, our Bunbarian, who is a big Bunbarian this week.
You may hear me, but you will not see me until next week.
Woo!
Assassin's Bob.
And last but never least, Lori.
It's me, Chaotic Lawful _Inc. at twitch.tv. Saturday, 8, but probably 8:30 because we're never on time when we have a new guest. PM CET 2 or 2:30 EST. We're streaming a new episode of Cobalt Keep Mysteries. This time, our guest will be the lovely Starbuck, known from
Yay.
ArcaneFlora.com and all her wonderful dice and insanity. And the character she's made is absolutely ridiculous. We've been sitting on it for like 2 months because she was like, the second I asked her to guess, she was like, "Can I do this?" And I was like, "Yeah." And then since then, it's been absolute insanity. So, it's going to be cool. You should come watch.
Cool.
That's me.
All righty. And I have been your happy dungeon master, Yale Dragon. You can find me on the interwebs at Draconic Verses on Twitter. You can also follow Surprise Party at D&D Surprise Party minus the U. If you hit ! Forsooth, drink. That will bring you a link to my TeePublic shop where you can find all sorts of Shakespeare-inspired merch, D&D-inspired merch, official surprise party merch, and pop culture-inspired merch. There will be a sale next week where you'll be able to save up to 35% off. Any purchases would be gratefully appreciated because this is a rough month. But in any event, friends and fiends, that will be it for tonight. And we will see you next week for our season finale. And we will see if our wonderful delvers will find their way home. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy. If you have to go out and you're not vaccinated, well, first of all, go get vaccinated, please. Think of the other people as well as yourself. And wear a mask just to make sure. But most importantly, take care of yourself and each other. And we'll see you next Wednesday. Good night, everybody.